Hey guys, in this video I sat on a bridge for 10 hours and ganked anyone who came past by going invisible and tracked the rewards. So I mostly did this in Parched Sand Drought, a tier 8 zone deep in the Black Sun which has a couple bridges that people are forced to walk across if they're going through the zone. I used a pretty standard claw ganking build with the claws and the assassin jacket to go invisible, as well as soldier boots so I could chase down targets that try to run away. And then for my helmet there's some variation, but I decided to use a hunter hood so that I could try to kill people that turn to kill on me, because once you've blown all of your cooldowns on dismounting them, if they do decide to turn around and try to kill you rather than run away, the good chances you're going to lose if you don't have something like a hunter hood to sort of stand and fight. So during most of my time doing this, and most of the clips here was before the mount changes that made it so that you have invulnerability to movement impairing effects after you get dismounted. This change hit this style of ganking pretty hard, as you can no longer CC people as they're getting dismounted, and so I kind of had to switch up my strategy after this change to make sure I got my full claw duration off on their mounts as to not lose any damage. However, this did make it a little bit harder to get kills, as it couldn't burst people down as hard at the very start, effectively nerfing this style of ganking. That being said, if people do run into you and you do get your claw duration off on them, usually you're going to end up killing them more often than not. Now, this method of ganking is not for those who are not very patient, as in the entire 10 hours I only got 34 kills. This comes down to an average of 3 to 4 kills per hour, or around 15 to 20 minutes downtime on average between kills. It's also not the safest form of ganking, as I died a total of 7 times in these 10 hours. It can be pretty dangerous sitting around without your mount anywhere near you. It does have the advantage that you're usually going invisible before people can see you, so if there is too many people for you to fight by yourself, you can just mount back up in time. But there are some situations that I got myself into where I'd invis and engage on the first person, and then right after I'd engaged on them, more people would enter the screen from the side. One of the best things about this method, however, is that usually you're getting some pretty big kills. A lot of the time, the people you'll kill and find will be things like transporters who will be going through those zones and who aren't really going to try to fight back, as they're more focused on survival. The total amount of PvP fame I got from these kills was just over 1.5 million, which puts the average fame per kill at just over 45,000. This is a very high average kill fame compared to pretty much any other PvP activity in the game. That's it for the stats on this one, guys. If you want to skip to just the loot, there's a timestamp on screen here, or else some of the biggest or my most favorite kills will be playing until then. Okay, moving on to take a look at the loot here. It seems like we have a fair amount of here, like 6 to 7 items. I got like a tier 8 staff here. But overall, nothing like too crazy in terms of like the weapons and armor and stuff. There is a lot of like tier 6 to 8, which is nice and pretty high tier stuff. A lot of like stacks of stuff too, like a stack of 3 cleric robes and 2 cleric robes there and stuff. Moving on to the second tab, capes. We did get a lot of like decent capes, right? With most people had like transport capes on, either Sterlings, Undeads, things like that. And then the farmers had like some Thetfords there, which I got. And then bags, again, a lot of pretty good bags. Got a tier 9, tier 8, 3 tier 7s, so that adds up quite a bit. Mounts, again, a nice big portion of it with 6 Swift Claws, a Stag's Armored Horses, and obviously the Black Panther's a big one that's like over a mil by itself. And then just some other miscellaneous stuff from random people I killed, some gather gears, some potions, consumables, some maps, some resources. So I'm gonna go sell this all, and we'll see how much it was all worth together. So after selling all of the loot, the gear, all the helmets, weapons, armor, things like that, sold for around 3.1 mil. The capes and the bags sold for around 2.2 mil. The mounts came out just around 2 mil. And all of the miscellaneous random stuff came to around 800k. This brings our total to just shy of 8.2 mil, sitting at 8.17. However, since I was killing people for their gear, you also have to keep in mind that I had to repair all of the gear. Now the total for the repairs came to around 800k, which puts our real actual profit at just shy of 7.4 mil at 7.37. Over the full 10 hours, this brings our total profit per hour to around 737k per hour. So is this activity worth it? Is sitting on a bridge and going invisible, camping people and ganking them worth it? I would say probably not. By a lot of standards, it's not very great money per hour, it's not very great fame per hour, but it can be a lot of fun, especially because you do get a lot of really big kills. I mean, I killed a lot of transporters that were worth a lot of fame. Some of my biggest kills ever came from this video. Like the Black Panther kill was pretty cool. I've never solo ganked a Black Panther before. And so if you have the patience to do it, it can be quite a fun and rewarding activity despite it not having the best rewards. If you guys are interested in doing this yourselves, there's actually a lot more that goes into invis ganking than just sitting there and going invisible when you see someone. So if you guys are interested, I could make a guide about how to really invis gank effectively. But for this video, that's it. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.